you break up with someone, do not do anything drastic to your hair. Hi, my name is Whitney Milam. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be completely unscripted. It's just me talking about my relationship with my hair and why I think hair gets so important to overweight women like me. I don't want to speak for anyone other than myself, but these are just some thoughts that I have on this subject. 2 weeks ago, I got my hair dyed as you see it like this. It was very drastic for me, and when I was editing my weekly vlog for that week, I spent so much time watching myself worry about how my hair turned out. It's funny watching back that video and realizing that it wasn't really that bad in the beginning. So I spent all this time obsessing over what my hair looks like, and I want to talk about why. So why was it so upsetting to me that my hair didn't turn out? I think the main reason that hair has become such an important thing to me, maybe unreasonably so. This is not me fishing for compliments, I promise you. Being overweight and being unhappy with my body, I have struggled to find parts of my physical appearance that I find attractive and that I find beautiful. And hair has been that thing for me. So I know that I have really thick hair. My hairs themselves are thick and I have a lot of them. And that has become something that for me is the thing that makes me pretty, or the pretty thing about me. I've had moments where my hair ended up as a disaster. One of them was shortly after the only time that Todd and I broke up. And I had gotten this idea in my head that I was gonna, go completely different with my hair. We got back together and I didn't want the hair to have been about the breakup. And so I went through with it anyway. And it was an absolute disaster. They didn't have the dye that they told me they had, and they went ahead and did it anyway. I was there for 4.5 hours. They ended up having to pull me into the stock room because I was crying. That's a different story for a different day if you guys want to hear it. But in those moments, I felt like that was the pretty thing about me, and it's gone. It's ruined. Whether it's warranted or not, that's how it feels. So I think when you're not able to point out, oh, I love my butt, or I love my breasts, or I love my waist, or my legs, or my neck, or my shoulders, nothing on me is something that I point to and say, that is a nice blank. And I know that that points to my relationship with my body and not having love for my appearance and my body and myself. There was never really a time in my life where I felt like my body was attractive or my face was attractive. And so hair became that thing for me. Another reason that I think hair became so important to me is because all women want to express themselves. And a huge part of expressing yourself is in your clothing. It's how you identify who you are. It's not everything. It's absolutely not everything about how you portray yourself, but it's a big piece of it. And as a plus size woman, I have been so severely stunted in that area because of the limited amount of options that are available to me. First of all, there are fewer retailers who sell plus size clothes, and then the selection is so much smaller. I remember being a teenager and going to Lane Bryant and thinking, this is supposed to be the cool plus size clothes. Why is all of this for a 40-year-old? Or a 50-year-old or a 60-year-old. It was never suited to my body shape or to my taste or to my preferences or, in my opinion, to the current styles for my age. Not being able to express myself the way that I wanted to through my clothes, starting kind of early on for me, I used my hair to do that. I dyed my hair constantly, starting from, I don't know, 4th or 5th grade was the first time I used sun-in spray. I would dye my hair semi-permanently or whatever. It was always box stuff. I would do that, throughout the rest of grade school, and then in high school I was in like plays and musicals, and I would always volunteer to dye my hair because that was how I identified. I was an artistic person and I wanted to be seen as someone who goes all out for the role. And I do that several times. I did a big chop to play someone in the 60s, and I dyed my hair really auburn to play an Irish landlady, and I dyed my hair nearly black when we put on Flower Drum Song, which, looking back, kind of haunts me, the fact that my almost entirely white high school put on Flower Drum Song and all got in stage makeup and put on fake Chinese accents. Like, it still haunts me to this day. Pretty conflicted about that. But anyway, when I wasn't in plays and musicals, I would do something else interesting with my hair because I liked to express myself. But my hair, I feel like, shows that I care, and sometimes I feel like my clothes don't portray that. Sometimes I feel like it doesn't look like I'm trying, when in reality, I just can't find clothes that fit me, that portray what I want them to. And for me right now, that's professionalism, and that's composure and competence, and trying but not trying too hard. So I don't want to have to deal with a hairstyle that I think competes with that image. And I think the third reason that I worry about my hair more than most is because as a larger woman, I feel like I'm told a lot more that certain things don't work for me. Don't go too short because your face will look too round. Or is that something that you can really pull off? This is something that I'm realizing about myself, that I care way too much about what other people think. Why am I concerned about someone who would think less of me for a hairstyle? That makes no sense. I mean, this is a lot of psychobabble, I guess, but because I don't have a lot of friends, I don't know, I think I'm worried that I'm going to not be approachable or not be somebody that someone wants to talk to. I'm very concerned with how I present myself, and I think a lot of that goes back to being overweight and not presenting as the person that I want to be. So it's something that I'm working on. I don't want to be the person who is so concerned about one aspect of their physical appearance that they spend a whole week overthinking every interaction that they have. I got compliments and I thought maybe it's just because it's a drastic change and people are noticing it and then they feel like they have to comment on it. I dissect everything, and it's something I need to work on. There are many things in my life that are much more worth my time and energy, and this is not one of them. I want to be able to enjoy my hair and have it portray me as the person that I feel like I am on the inside, but that doesn't mean that it should detract from my self-esteem or my self-worth or how I think of myself. And what I think should be the only thing that matters. years. So those are just my thoughts on hair and how it plays into body image. I'm curious if there are other women out there who are feeling the same way. Let me know what you think. Am I on my own on this one, or is this something that you've dealt with as well? Alright, that's it for this video. If you are new to my channel, I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and you can find me on Instagram and on Facebook. I will talk to you guys on Friday. Bye!